Okay, hello, good evening, folks. How's it going? Happy Thursday night and Friday morning for those on the other side of the world. Hello. FC Long, hello. Sumo Peep Show, yo. Hember 8, Conan, hello. ODM, hello, hello. Harry Smallwood, hello. Ewan, hello. Tom was taken. Hello, hello, how's it going? Clownfish, welcome. Okay, so today we got a TKL build. I guess it's not the only TKL we've done recently. We've done a few others, but so we got a new TKL build though. And so this design is by PlexKBD and Atelier from PlusKB. It's a collaboration sort of design. The interest check I think just went up on Keycaps today, and it's an F12 style TKL. I can actually kind of show. Maybe I can open up the Keycaps thread and we can just walk through it real quick. But let's see. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Shally. So here it is. So just walk through it. All right. So we got, it's the Origami TKL. It's F12, 3 mounting styles in stock. The estimated price average of 380 US. They are planning on doing about 100 units, available at PlexKBD.com, and so it looks like that. So it's a wind keyless TKL, 3 mounting styles, classic top mount, O-ring, and rubber pin, which is same as like tap hole. So like tap hole, top mount type of thing. So you know, you can kind of read through the entire thing, but you know, 4 color options: silver, black, red, and blue, and they'll all have the silver external weight. It's kind of inspired by origami, which is folding paper. And so they have a PCB that is the same outline as an H87, so you can use a variety of PCBs that have this outline. So this could be an Otis PCB, this could be a McLovin PCB, the Infinity. You know, there's many PCBs that have this particular outline, and the plates will also support the Jane V2 style with some modifications around the mounting points for rubber pin mount, so plate files will be available. In stock Q4, and as I said, estimated price 7.5 degree, 18 millimeter front height, okay. 6063 aluminum and 5052 aluminum plate. Personally, I'm not too distinctive about the differences of aluminum grades, just because I'm not an expert on metals, so I can't really say like, oh yeah, 5,000 series aluminum versus 6,000 series. I know everything about that. I don't. I'll admit to that. I don't. 2.2 kilograms ish built up. And let's see, POM and polycarb plate offered as extra. And then 1.6 millimeter solder, and there's also hot swap as extras. 58 O-ring and rubber pins, and you can sort of see all the layout support and different renders for colors. So pretty straightforward, right? Like they offer top mount, they offer rubber pin, which is basically like tap hole, and then they have gummy O-ring, which goes in between the plate and the PCB, and there's mounting points for it. 4 content creators, myself today, and then on Sunday you'll see Mr. Tyler. Next Tuesday you'll see Alex Otos, and then TBA, Mr. Edward Tanujaya, who is based in Indonesia. So yeah, the creator of the board is based in they're based in Indonesia, and so you'll see yeah, so it's pretty cool to see like designs coming from different parts of the world, and so pretty nice. And so today also we are going to try these new MX2As, but these are actually broken in. Tom, who is in the chat right now, was very gracious to send me a bag of switches over here, already lubed, and these have been actuated for 1.2 million times, I believe. This, if I'm not mistaken, Lube 205, and we did a spring swap and TX films, you know, the standard. But good old Cherry MX Browns. We got some TX stabs as always. And can you check your Can I check my IG? Sure, I can check my IG. Oh, sure. I can repost that if you would like. How do I delete story? And I tagged the wrong account apparently. So repost it. Origami TKL by shoot. I missed the let me check my inbox real quick. Atelier PlusKB. Atelier dot PlusKB. I don't know if does Plex have an Insta? I don't see it, but alas, I'll just put PlexKBD. And I'll put the stream link as always. TV/lightning keyboards. I think okay. Good enough. Let's go with that. Not yet. Understandable. Okay. So all right, let's get to it. Oh, hello, PlusKB, Nine Walker, hello, Elquan, hello. How's it going? So, let's get to this. So, let's open this up. So, open up our case here, and we got rubber pins and bump-ons. We got O-ring. Oh, these gaskets aren't for this actually, but we got an O-ring. We got a brass origami insert, pretty nice. Got our daughter board and cable. We got a few plates actually, it seems. So we got an aluminum plate, aluminium, and we got some here. I guess we can actually try a different plate, not aluminum necessarily. We have a polycarb full, and we have, this should be palm, right? Yeah, and a palm full plate. So we got 2 plastics, 1 metal. And I believe this should be our PCB. So, and there we have our PCB. It looks like it's one of those F12 and F13 supporting PCBs. Pretty nice. Kind of no frills, pretty nice looking. The Electra 80 QMK compatible PCB from Atelier by PlusKB and PlexKBD Studio. Uses an STM32 controller, and you know, we got some nice diodes over there. Black silk screen, pretty simple. We have a top facing reset button, 625 and 7U layout supported, ISO and ANSI as well. Step caps lock, we have a caps lock indicator. We also have a scroll lock indicator and an escape LED already baked in. So basically these are surface mount LEDs, and so if you want indicators, you don't even need to install them; they're already there. So quite nice. That's nice quality of life feature over there, I think. So pretty cool. Oh, one thing I would say, like I personally think would be kind of cool is to see, if this is going to be an F13 PCB as well, like for other boards. An F13 LED could be nice, even if it's just the pads. I think would be good. But it's optional. I mean, not everybody uses it, but I figure someone who might want something on F13 might also want an LED, so I've seen some people do that, so why not? I think a lot of keysets would look nice on this board. 9009, 9009R2, 9009 R3 with R1 or R2 mods. Tiny Beige, OG Die Subs, BSP, Hammer PVT, Sky's the Limit. I have most of those key sets other than Sky's the Limit. I don't have Sky's the Limit. But I agree, Sky's the Limit. And that sounded like all beige sets to me, but that's also agreeable. Okay, this music is a little too distracting for me, so I'm gonna switch it up to something more chill. Forgot to include classic beige, fulfilled space space cables pick one. Yeah, I don't have a classic beige set either, so I can understand this. Oh my god. Hello, Mr. Alex. Oh, damn. We are here to tickle the pickle? Oh, hello, fellow ticklers, raiders. Damn, just in time for the unveil. Yeah, actually, I literally just started like 10 minutes ago, so you guys are here just in time. So I'm building this new board that actually Alex will be building on Tuesday. For those who tune into Alex's streams all the time, you'll see him build this on Tuesday, I think that's Tuesday. This is called the Origami TKL from PlusKB and PlexKBD. Atelier of PlusKB, sorry. And this is called the Origami TKL. It's a pretty no frills, nice and simple TKL, F12 TKL with some classic elements as well as some kind of like cool little design thingies. We got a nice silver insert for the origami here, but there is also a brass option. I think I put it on the side just now. It's right here. But yeah, nice and simple top mount as well as O-ring mount as well as tadpole, like rubber pin tadpole type of mounting. Pretty cool. Wait, what? I don't want to tickle anyone's pickle? Okay, fine. Only Alex's pickle gets tickled. Right, how are you? I'm doing well. Why is it blue? It was sent to me as, well, blue. So, yeah. I know Mr. Al Hex does not like the blue. It's a nice blue though. Look at this gorgeous blue. It's not even like a dark blue. It's like a nice lighter, but not quite like, it's not sky blue either. It's a nice nice blue tone. Pretty good. Estimated price for this is supposed to be in stock around 380 on average is what they're planning on doing at the end of Q4. So yeah. And yeah, is Kiwi sleeping? Yeah, he's napping. He's chilling. And yeah, this is Jane-like TKL with a third mount as well. La Topo, yes. Thought this was paper 80. Fair. Origami 80. Origami TKL paper 80. Close enough. Looks close to Kohaku Yale Blue. Yeah, sorta. I actually don't know what the Yale Blue looks like in real life, so I can't tell you. Is that the Zoom 75 Taiga on top? Yes, it is. This is the Cafe Brown Taiga with Keycaps, Machinist, Alphas, and GMK Chocolatier mods. How do you like it? It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice board as well. Ugh, it's quite kind of heavy. But yeah, this is the Zoom Taiga that I built last night. So. All right, just catching up here. This color would look good with the old Lubed colorway. Yeah, old Lubed or Blue Alert could work well too. If Kiwi turns blue, he's already Doraemon. Fair. Okay, so I actually haven't chosen what plate to use today. We have some nice MX Browns provided by Tome. And so I would like to pick the plate. Well, actually, I would like you guys to pick the plate for me if you would like. A lot of the time, tactile switches will be paired with actually both aluminum or plastics are fine. So we got POM, PC, and Alu. So we can do a quick poll if you guys would like, especially since we got all these raters. Also, thank you, Alex, for rating. As always, super thankful for all the support and, you know, just all the friendship over the years. So let's see, plate for the origami. So this would be Alu full, PC full, and POM full. MX Brown is the switch. All right, y'all can vote. Hey, yo, is this the most handsome man in the East Coast? I think you're mistaking me for another guy named Alexander. He also goes by Alex Otos. Or Alexitos. But I think that man is probably the most handsome man in the East Coast. Close enough to the East Coast, okay? He's in Toronto, okay? Home of the trash pandas and lots of lake water, I guess. Nearby. All the toes. Hi Diego, I got your Kiwi Polaroid, super cute. Oh, glad to hear it. I hope you enjoy. Ryan Dolce, I can't stop staring at those chocolatier mods. Thank you, thank you. Gio, hello. Stop being humble. Like everyone already agrees you're the handsomest man on the East Coast. I don't think so. I don't know, man. I might have some charm, but handsome might not necessarily be the one quality. According to some, I walk like a Chad. I have no idea what it means, but I don't know why. One time I went to a meetup, came back, and people kept mentioning it. And I was like, wait, why? Do I walk funny? I guess I do. I guess I do. Is the New York swag aura? Does New York have swag? New York swag aura is like, get off my sidewalk, you tourist. Stop walking so slowly. I don't care that you just had a dinner with your fellow tourist buddies in Times Square of all places. Get off the sidewalk. Roll up to a meetup in Tim's? Oh my god. Alright, PC full got the vote. PC is a very good pick for MX Browns. So let's go with that. So let's take a quick look at the plate as well, though. So the plate is a Jane V2 mount, as the IC will say. But as you can see, it does have some modifications to the tabs. Mainly it's just that you have this rounded portion, and that's for the rubber pin, the tap hole pin, to really kind of fit properly and actually stay there. And so not just for screws, only for top mount, and so you do have a little bit of like extra grip for the pin. And so it is a Jane V2 style plate. With compatibility wise, you can see it's just F12. You know, you got split stuff for, you know, you got the backspace, you got the left shift and the right shift. You can also do ISO or ANSI enter, step caps lock or regular, and then 625 and 7U for bottom rows. So let's move on with that. So, I guess since I already have the board here, I'm gonna just put the bump-ons on, because why not? I had a fitted Yankees hat, my New York aura right there. Oh boy. True. Or actually no. I was gonna mention like maybe any of the other New York teams, but I guess the Yankees is really what kind of screams more in the city. After all the other sports, I think a lot of people don't like them. Alright. Alright. Would you wear the fitted with no brim? Maybe. I don't wear hats much anymore. I used to wear hats more, but don't really wear hats in general, like snapbacks and other hats. Just in general, I don't really wear them much. It's a nice blue, man. This is so good. Okay, so I guess before I get started right away, I will just plug in the PCB, make sure everything's good to go before we start. Always when it comes to a brand new PCB, it's good to just try it. I should have done this before, but I was actually out most of the day, and so I didn't get the chance to. Just came back and had to make dinner, eat, right? And so I didn't get a chance to test it. Alright, cool. Shows up. And let me just double check. Okay. Alright. Is this VIA compatible already? I don't have any files, but yeah, it's okay. This is good. So let me just test it with tweezers. Is Omnitype still doing the crane TKL? I have no idea. That's a good question. Okay, I don't think I have issues here as far as pressing on keys here. Okay, everything's working, generally speaking. Oh, this is not GAM radio right now. I can put the playlist link in the chat. Just give me like 2 seconds. This is just a different like Korean hip hop playlist. Wait, no. Playlist. Share, copy link. That's the link to that one. Need a torta with a glucose monitor like a badge of honor? Oof. I would love a good sandwich. Alrighty, let's get to this. So let's get started with some stabs. Is it top row nav fixed in this? Top row nav? What do you mean top row nav fixed? Top row nav. Redeemed by MX Browns? Oh yeah. MX Browns goated. If you don't like MX Browns, you need to reconsider. They're pretty damn nice. This, I mean, you probably haven't tried good ones, I guess, if you don't like them for whatever reason. And I guess maybe or you just don't like light tactiles, which is I guess is fine. Not that it's a correct opinion, but you know. Conan, hola. It's not 2020. We don't need to act like they suck. Well, some people still do. Some people still quote the whole Galarsis thing. I still get that every so often. I prefer clears over browns. That's kind of fair. I do think I prefer browns over clears, to be perfectly honest. To be pretty honest about that. Clears are still nice though. Like nice and well modded ergo clears also are great, but I do prefer browns, I think, overall. The damage he's done to the hobby is irreparable. I mean, I find MX Browns rather terrible for a few reasons. Okay. Let's let Dirty Gingy defend themselves. I mean, to be quite frank, you could dislike it for like reasons of like tactility being low and that kind of stuff. That's fair. Bruh. Hashira, what the hell? Please. What would be the filling for a torta? You know what okay, there's 2 tortas. Okay, 3 that are my personal favorites. For me, torta, I mean like torta like Mexican torta, okay? Not tortas in like Italian word for cake, okay? For me, torta would be, there's 3 different ones that I really like. Cubano is of course great, okay? But it's like predetermined. And then the other one is, for me, is a good torta de milanesa de res, okay? I love milanesa. Or if you would like to play a double entendre, you could talk about mi largueza, but we don't talk about that. That's forbidden territory. But torta, you know, milanesa de res for me, it's something that kind of hits my nostalgic part. Like it's like every kid loves breaded, you know, steak. Like it's breaded and it just tastes good. Right, it's milanesa is just breaded beef, right? Like bread meat. Like milanesa is awesome. Okay, so that's one. The second one, I would say it's huevo con chorizo. Huevo con chorizo is eggs and chorizo. Chorizo eggs, right? Like can't go wrong with egg. Can't go wrong with chorizo. They just complement each other so well. The flavor of the chorizo soaking into the egg, amazing stuff. Okay, obviously better if it has like some extra stuff, you know. Some onions or some, you know, other fillings like veggies and other things in the torta, right? Amazing stuff. But like breakfast tortas, right? Like huevo con chorizo, oof. So those 3: cubana, huevo con chorizo, milanesa de res. Too good. All right, let's go back. So Dirty Gingy was saying brown stem in the blue housing is nicer, so I assume for the extra ductility, but doesn't solve the sand feeling. Okay. But is this like after lubing and everything? The first reason I have issue is Cherry's mold finishing, but people have their fixes for that. I dislike mid-travel bump tactiles, and the leaf and browns and the clears are the same as in all the linear switches, and would do far better with a blue or green leaf. Okay, fair. So that means you just simply prefer heavier tactiles. Like you want a tactile that's snappy. You want like an Alps type of tactile. You want like a Holy Panda type of tactile. You want that Boba U4T tactile, right? Okay, if that's your preference, I understand why you would dislike clears and browns. Because for me, I want a mid-travel tactile. That's what I like. I like the bump to kind of go like a parenthesis or maybe like a, not like a bracket where it's like right at the top and everything. It's kind of like a little bit of a bump in the middle. It's nice. So for me, mid-travel tactile is perfect. But that's my preference. So yeah, I mean, if you put it in a blue or green housing, those tend to have leaves that do account for a slight extra bump. Or rather, an extra improvement or rather enhancement of the tactility event, the tactile event. So I see that. I can see that. But I like them as they are. But yeah, after a good modding, like good lubing and spring swap and films, MX Browns and MX Clears can be quite nice. And in the case of MX Clears or MX Purples, if you want to do the extra step of doing the Geon trimmer thing, you can do that too if you are scared of MX Clear stems doing stuff to your keycaps. That's fair though. Mexican bond me. Oh, shape plate and other old Jane play files had the print scroll pause sitting weird. This looks fine, I think. I mean, this looks straight to me. can take a close look. But that springs curls pause, and that looks to be in the right places, right? And same for the PCB. So looks okay. My homie's mom used to make the best poo-poo sauce. Oof, so good. The only way to use cherry switches to raw dog it, no lube? I don't know. I mean, some people do that now with MX2A available. MX2A is like notably smoother than the rest, I guess. Top bump and something more prominent. I run some MX Blues with Afflion Melody stems. Very damn nice. Oh, okay. Okay, so you seem to like cherry housing. Like, the cherry top out sound is great, right? Because that's what I would say, like, most people who want cherry MX switches is because they like the cherry housing sound. That top out sound, that bottom out sound from cherry MX. Super nice. Right? But I get it. Yeah, sure. If you want a more tactile switch, then yeah, I guess you can use MX Blue, Green, MX Blue or MX Green type of housings, which have a little bit more prominent leaf, I think, from what people say. People used to use the MX Blue housings with the halo stems for what people call the holy chickies. Can you get MX2A without lube now? I think MX Blacks do have it, yeah. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I am just breaking in these TX AP clip-ins. The joint portion of the clip here has a little extra grip. I personally like to break them in a little so that the rotation of the wire is free before the lube is applied. And just I just unclip and reclip a few times to loosen that up a little. It's not much. It's not much work either. But just so that it doesn't end up too sluggish once you apply lube. If I'm going to go raw on switches, I go with something from the vintage scene that isn't MX. That's fair. I mean, a good, like, clean Alp switch, or a clean, like, Space Invader linear. They're good. They're good. Like a good condition Alps and Space Invader. Those are good stuff. Heavily abused Space Invaders are lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Like, I mean, good shape. By that, I just mean, like, not dusted to hell or, you know, gunky, grimy, that kind of stuff. As long as they're not like that, it's fine. Because the problem with a lot of vintage, or not vintage, but so a lot of some of the older switch designs, they're prone to dust and grime getting into them, and they will either corrode interiors or just make it just really, you know, they'll lock, they'll bind, they'll be pretty awful to use. But when they're in good shape, though, they're so nice, so nice. Even like stock from the OEM, or close to. Sounds like you should leave swap on that thing. Done an insane restore and blue NEC ovals. Ooh. 10 hours of cleaning and flushing out the switches with solvents. Oh dear lord. That sounds rough. NEC ovals sound nice though. That's not something I see used that often. I mean, I've seen SMK, you know, Monterey Blues, right? I've seen people use those. NEC, it's kind of a mix. Same with like, I mean, there's people who like use like futaba and like that kind of stuff. Literal link clumps were coming out. Wow. What's your favorite Mexican dessert? I mean, actually, I'm not even sure if it's Mexican technically, but I mean, if I have to say like, let me see, like out of all of the different ones, like, I'm torn. Like on the early morning, I love me a concha and some milk on the side, but you know. And so, or sometimes if I want a snack, but technically, like, you know, churros, I'm not even sure if they're Mexican, right? And then there's like flan, which I'm also not sure if they're technically Mexican. Tres leches cake, there's that. What else? Arroz con leche, really good stuff. I would say those are probably my most notable ones. Is gonna be, you know, a good concha, some tres leches, flan, and churros, right? But that's the thing. I mean, a lot of desserts in Mexico are gonna be, yeah, from the Spanish influence, yeah, Spanish or Portuguese, yeah. I mean, mostly Spanish, but yeah. 5-kilogram brick of flan. Amazing. I'm not a fan of flan. Oh, okay. I'll tell you a story. Oh, actually, no, it's technically not a story, but I actually did not like flan when I was a kid. I felt it was a little too much for me. It was both a mix of the texture and the sweet nature of it. I was not that huge of a fan of flan. And maybe it was the color too. It was a little bit of the visual aspect of the flan that I personally didn't love. And so I tended to resort to other things like chocolate and tend to resort to like sweet, like, you know, just pure sugary things, or other things like that, like sweet bread or like, you know, pastries and things like that. But as time went on, I think I started to appreciate things like, you know, whether it was like dulce de leche or like flan, things like, you know, caramelized stuff like that. It's the same with like, you know, like creme brulee, for example. I didn't love it at first. It took me some time to kind of appreciate what it was. And so, you know, even though I had a sweet tooth, it was just, I don't know, it just didn't click right away. And then later I got to appreciate it. So I kind of like appreciate these things later in life now. But when I was a kid, I don't think I did as much. Puddings, yeah, okay, yeah. If you don't like puddings, then that makes a lot of sense. So do you like arroz con leche, for example? I love arroz con leche. Arroz con leche is it literally means rice with milk, right? Like rice pudding, right? So like that one, I love it with some cinnamon. Ooh, so good, so good. Buñuelos, oh, okay. Good old deep fried with sugar. Yummy, yummy. Buñuelos are good, yeah. Although, yeah, just pure deep fried sugar. No guilt with that, I guess. It's just yummy. I'm a fan of Diego. Flan is like a handful of cultures was so damn good. Tres leches en esta economía. Yeah, it's Tres leches is pricey, that's for sure. Sorry if I'm missing any DMs over here. Okay, never mind. Arroz con leche, me quiero casar. Arroz con leche slaps, bro. I love it. Oh my god, when the tamales ladies come to near my area, like, so in the morning near my subway station, there'll be some ladies selling tamales in the morning. Early in the morning, they start like at like 5 or 6 a.m. And you can get tamales, you know, of all kinds, right? Like mole, you know, chicken, right? Like verdes, rojos, you know, the dulce. I don't love dulce tamales, to be honest. I love the ones with like pork or chicken, like the flavory ones. They also like will have atole. So atole is like I don't know, how do you call atoles in like English? It's like traditional, sort of like Mexican, like corn-based drinks, sort of. Atole for me, like, oh, like a good champurrado is just, fuck, And also, obviously, like hot arroz con leche. Oh, fuck. So good, dude. So good. So good. Ain't nobody got time for oatmeal, avena. I'm gonna get that champurrado or some arroz con leche, dude. After like eating a couple of tamales at least. It's too good. It's too good. Tamales oaxaqueños. De mole, de chile, de salsa verde. That's right. Tamales oaxaqueños. Compre sus ricos tamales oaxaqueños. That's how they will advertise it too. I love arroz con leche as long as it doesn't have raisins in it. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I guess as a kid I didn't like raisins either. I like them now, but I didn't like them as a kid. As a kid, I was so picky. I'm not gonna lie. I was the worst child. I was picky AF, dude. I didn't eat my veggies. I was picky. I would complain about all these things. I had a sweet tooth, sure, but I would like be like, this is sweet, but it's not the right texture. This is sweet, but blah 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 blah. It would be such an annoying child as a kid. Now it's like, oh, give me whatever, dude. I'll just vacuum that stuff. It's like food, oof, desserts, oof. But yeah, as a kid, I was insufferable. When the Zoom 75 tag is so bad, well, you can order it soonish. I believe they're selling it late October or early November, and it's like $200, something like that. Some crazy price, really good pricing. You should get it. Save some bonus. It's pretty nice. I think it's a great I would say like improvement, but different. Very distinct from the first Zoom 75. I mean, there's improvements like on the screen, that kind of stuff, right? But I think outside of that, like the look has some nice features that are different. Like, you know, just like kind of looks a little less. I don't know. The first version kind of like, I wasn't huge on the like really shiny bottom, like the glossy like glass looking back and all that. And like completely flat. I like the little grill in the back and the accents on the rear portion. This scroll wheel is okay, to be honest. It's kind of in the way of things too, so I personally think the scroll wheel is a little bit gimmicky. Not super useful. I mean, it's useful, but not like, I would say it's like alright. I don't think everyone will be using it, so it's alright. But typing wise, I do like all the options it has for typing, like for mounting systems. Pretty good. Good deal. Get your mind out of the gutter. Now you're just picky with keyboards, but picky with keyboards, that's only because I've tried a lot, right? And also because keyboards are kind of pricey. So I have to be picky in order to not just be wasteful. Diego, what snacks from Mexico do you love to eat? I'm a big fan of chips in general. So give me chips. Give me some fritos de chorizo y chipotle. Give me some crujitos. Give me some Doritos incógnita. Give me some sabritas adobadas and sabritas de limón. Give me some good chicharrón. Okay, that shit's dank. Okay, yeah, some pork skin. Pork rinds. That's what they're called in English. Chicharrón. Love me some Anything with tamarindo? Yeah, sure. I love me some good old, tamarindo snacks. Yeah, well, in general, yeah, tamarindo's just great. Um, Sometimes I'll like crave like a pica fresa, um, or some. I love things from like Bimbo and like Tia Rosa, right? Like I love. Oh, give me some doraditas. Oh my god, doraditas. I love doraditas, okay? That thing is like my childhood. I can eat like 4 packs of those in the one sitting. No kidding. They have like 3 rectangular thingies and they're like yay big, right? And they come in like packs of 3 and I could eat like 10 of those in the sitting if I really want. It's just so good, okay? But I love doraditas. I've seen them here in the States, not that easy to find. They are around, but I just want to kind of rate a distributor and get like a whole box of them if I could, but alas, I abstain from doing that just because I know it's so bad. It's just carbs and sugar, right? I know it's so bad for me, but yeah, I love those. I don't know what it is. It's just I just love them. Obviously, like Pan Bimbo, like related stuff, like all their line of products is pretty yummy too. Wait, I always thought Diego was Asian. I mean, yeah, I am Asian. I look Asian. My family, like my relatives, my parents, right? They're Korean. But I did grow up in Mexico, and so I have a very, very Mexican upbringing in terms of cultural things and like pretty much everything that I did when I lived there for over half my life. So yeah, I miss things from back home. Can't even call it home as much, just in the sense that my parents are not there anymore, and I have friends and stuff, but I mean, now visiting is like a whole, like it's like a trip, It's like I have to actually organize and figure out accommodations. It's not like I just have to, like place to stay as far as like family goes. So it's a bit more organized now. Has to be. Does arrachera count as a snack? Arrachera counting as a snack is who are you? Carlos Slim? Are you that rich? Huh? Arrachera? This is like saying, fire up the ribeye for my snackies. Huh? Or the other day, I went to a restaurant, and have any of you guys here watched? I mean, I'm sure some of you did. Do you guys all watch The Bear up to the latest season? So I went to like a BBQ restaurant. No, I don't watch TV. Okay, all right. And so they had the mention of, like, they mentioned the Wagyu, right? A5 Wagyu, right? I'm like, okay, that's cool. But every time I hear that fucking word now, in my head I hear Carmi go, fire up the Wagyu. It sounds like ragu. And it tilts the fuck out of me, okay? Because he says it in the wrong way, and I looked it up, and apparently it has to do with the fact that it's mispronounced on purpose because it's like a Chicago-style pronunciation of the word. That sounds like ragu, but it's Wagyu, but he says Wagyu, and he says it like 10 times in that one episode, okay? He's like, fire up the Wagyu! I'm like, the fuck? Every time I heard it during the show, I was so tilted. And now, anytime I read the word, or I think of like Wagyu, like, people talk about beef and cuts and all these things, and Wagyu comes up in my head, I fucking hear Carmi say, Wagyu! I hate it. Yes, you can prepare meat as beef jerky, which is cecina and carne seca in general, yeah. My favorite Mexican chips I can get here are probably rancherito. Ooh, rancheritos. That's oh man, Rancheritos are good too. Why did I forget that? That's a good mention. Rancheritos are solid. Are your parents as fluent as you are in Spanish? They speak it well, but they're not fluent because they are immigrants after all. I guess technically, what's the right generation for me? 1.5, I guess, because I'm a children of immigrants. Like who? Like my parents were the first to immigrate, so I'm their child. So I guess I would be 1.5, right? Or second gen? No, 1.5, I guess. No, 1.5 would mean I was born abroad. I forget what the right designation for 1 and like 1.5 and 2 is. But you know, my parents immigrated to Mexico in the 80s. Early in the 80s, quite a long time ago, and so they lived, you know, we lived there for over 30, you know, my parents, and you know, they lived there over 30 years. So their Spanish is pretty good. It's pretty good. But I would say it's not, obviously I did get formal education in Mexico, and so my Spanish is definitely has been like my best language to speak for a long time. And then I did come to the States, and my English obviously got improved dramatically from the time I first moved here to the States. So now I lost my accent after I moved here and lived here for a long time. So I lost my accent. I used to have a thicker, like kind of like Hispanic Korean sort of accent, because you know I do speak Korean at home. And so I lost a lot of that accent speaking English. So now I would say like English is my like in terms of skill, like in terms of ability, I would say like English, because I'm speaking professionally and everywhere else. English is it's almost like my first language, but technically English was my third language to learn. I spoke Korean at home, Spanish pretty much everywhere for like, you know, my education and like school, like, you know, friends, you name it, right? Anything outside. And so yeah, at the time my Korean has always been my weakest language because I never received like a formalized education in it. Yeah. Yes, Jeff. Okay, I'm just catching up here. Okay, I'll now say Wagyu if I ever meet you in person. I'm but a simple fresa. Oh my god. Queso fundido. Give me some. Yeah, queso fundido means cheese fondue. Queso fundido and some chorizo in it. That fat from the pork and from the cheese, they go together. Oh, so good. So good. So good. You made me remember the Guatemalan brand Diana and eating the corn bits. Elotitos con piquete. Corn stick tocinitos. Oof. Sounds so good. Shame there wasn't a chef that did Mexican Spanish cuisine on Culinary Class Wars. I haven't watched it yet, Culinary Class Wars. Queso fundido with shrimps. Oh, mariscos. Getting a little fancy there. Seafood is having anything with seafood is always a nice luxury, man. And I love seafood. Ooh, queso fundido with shrimpies. Yummy, 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 yummy. Can you read or write in Korean? I can read and write in Korean, yes. I can speak, read, and write in Korean, yeah. But I would say my writing and speaking are much more broken. Like, they're not good. They're not that good. So in Korean, there's this concept that's called 띄어쓰기, which basically means like writing and like separating and like basically spelling things correctly, and like, you know, like certain words get separated in different ways where they get not like, it's not conjugating, but it's kind of like when you're forming words and phrases. I suck at that. I suck at like the proper grammatical structure. Like, I guess that's technically, would it be syntax? I guess it is syntax. Yeah, it would be syntax. Like, I suck at the syntax of writing in Korean, and so I tend to make a lot of very like obvious mistakes in Korean, which basically puts me at like a grade school level of Korean in terms of writing. Speaking, it's okay. I can speak conversationally, but anyone who is native in Korean would immediately know that I am not formally educated. A lot of my vocab is weak in Korean, and so I can speak it casually. Like I speak it with my parents or like with my relatives in Korea, or like, you know, people out there, but or like, you know, like if Mr. Jian reaches out to me, I can speak to him in Korean. Yeah, that to that extent I can. But I do like use tools, like, you know, whether it's a translator or whether it's something else, just to make sure I'm doing things correctly. I prefer to err on the side of caution and not, you know, not like write things too incorrectly and things like that. And so I will like double check myself every time. So I'm like kind of slow. With all the fat from previous meats, Jesus, fancy. I still suck at Korea and work at a Korean company. Fair. But yeah, my Korean is not that good. It's good though. It's I would say it's like, you know, like a lot of people talk about Korean spoken by second gen or third gen, or, you know, like children of immigrants or from immigrant families, or even just like, you know, grew up abroad or something like that, right? I would say like I am fortunate that my parents were, you know, very conscientious about it, and they enforced us to speak and like, you know, like live life in Korean at home. So I would say like my Korean is decent, but you know, it still is lacking because I never got like a book, like textbook education for it. So I don't know what this is, but the fats and pork belly is auto-win. Yeah. We're talking about cheese fondue, so melted cheese. You could survive 100% Korean as a tourist. Oh yeah, I've done it. So actually, the last time I went to Korea was, I'm two months shy from being 12 years away from the last time I went to Korea. I went to Korea for the last time in 2012. It was when I was like in college probably. And when I did that, one of the highlights of that trip for me was not just visiting my relatives, but I scheduled a trip around the country with my cousins to visit friends and to just go around the country. So we got what at the time was the Dailo ticket, like it's like the railroad, like the train ticket. It's like unlimited, basically kind of like an unlimited pass for the train for like 10 days, I think. So I got one of those tickets and I just traveled the entire country with my cousins, two of my cousins. Obviously they help too, but yeah, I can get around. Like I can get around and stuff. Like I can like ask for directions. I can like order food, like that kind of stuff. It's not a problem. And that was like my highlight of the last time I went to Korea. It was like a winter, so it was nice and cold. I like got to stay like in Jimjilbang, like this Korean spa. I got to and I got to like visit all these smaller towns, like cities and smaller towns as well, and it was great. Got to experience like proper Korean winter, super like heavy snowfall and like minus, like, you know, basically like single digit Fahrenheit or minus like 18 or 20 degrees Celsius sort of weather too. Pretty crazy, but it was nice. It was great. Singapore, yeah, Hong Kong and Singapore you can get around with just English, yeah. I've heard that too. Alright, let's put these switches on and test the stabs in just a sec. So I just noticed. But yeah, I would love to visit Korea again. I didn't because I just got busy with kind of, I mean, that's one of my regrets over like my 20s. So I didn't travel much, and like I haven't done an international trip in like basically like 10 years. So I would love to, you know, get out of the country and visit other places. Definitely would love to visit Korea again sometime, when that's like feasible. Yeah. Obviously, other places I haven't been to Europe either. A lot of places I would love to visit. Yeah. Yo, is that PB plate? This is polycarb. Polycarb. We did not have PP. I think it was palm, right? The other one, if I'm not wrong. I think it was palm. Yeah, palm. PC with browns is sick too. Yeah. It's polycarb is nice. I always get the plastic plates confused. I think you would get them confused if you were blindly picking them and no one told you what they were. I think polycarb only because it comes clear or frosted typically, and it's like distinguishable for the others. But like polypropylene, palm, all these other like polymer plastic materials are really hard to distinguish. Like unless someone told you, you wouldn't know. It's pretty normal to not actually know what they are. Yeah, it doesn't help that the plastics are, I mean, you have polymers after all, so it's just slight differences in the chemical composition of the plastic itself. Alright, let's test the stabs. Okay, that seems so fine. Maybe just a teeny bit of lube on the enter. Okay. Does Real Force have birthday stickers just like the HKB? I think there there is a way to read into the date, the manufacturing date, but I don't think they have, strictly speaking, exact like year, month dates. Has there been any further communications with space since your announcement? Nope. I'm kind of left in the dark with that. Kind of a shame, but also, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, so. Seems alright. Surprised they aren't responding to a negative publicity. I have a feeling it must be something serious enough for that to, you know, for them to not respond, right? So I'm unsure. I don't know. I don't know what the severity of the things are. I mean, obviously it's severe enough that it's causing all this, but to not respond though, I don't know. Must be something else. But yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on. Okay, seems alright. No severe ticking or anything like that, at least. So I mean, admittedly, I did remove my like logos and endorsement, I guess, because like there are several reasons. But you know, number one is first of all that the fact that there is complete lack of communication, right? Like communication that's only one-sided isn't gonna help anybody. Whether you're a prospective customer, or whether you are a business partner, or somebody who just advocates for the other party, right? Like even if you just stand as a neutral, relatively neutral, and you just advocate for them for the further success or whatever, well, you know, one-sided communication doesn't help anybody. Like that's just a given. And so, you know, seeing that, you know, when I like did read that Alex had dropped his particular connection with space, like I don't know what arrangements they might have. I imagine someone who is like Alex, you know, currently, you know, a big, you know, keyword content creator, you know, full-time streamer, whatever, is, you know, probably has an arrangement where he is, you know, being endorsed. Whether it could, I don't know what arrangement. It could be monetary. It could be like relating to just being good friends and having connects to the, you know, releases and new products and all these things, kind of like the same way it would work for other brands. But you know, it's different for everybody. Everyone has different contracts, different agreements. But in my case, like I don't really have any particular benefit in terms of I wasn't like, it was not like I was being paid regularly. I was not, even if it were, it would be even worse, right? Because that means there's more at stake. But basically, you know, endorsing someone means that I trust them to fulfill their duties as a business partner. And if I were to continue putting, you know, the logo on here or the links and stuff, then someone who doesn't really pay attention to the news would be easily swayed and say like, oh, you know, this guy, I trust this guy, so if he endorses this vendor, then, you know, it's okay to purchase. But if you didn't hear the news, then you wouldn't know, right? You would assume, oh, they've been good this whole time, like for many years, and they would just go ahead and make a purchase or something, right? But there's been a complete lack of communication, like from both, for both people like ourselves, people who are doing content whenever, like, a new, like for example, the latest products, the latest 2 products I got to see, from Space Cables what was it? Redemption, right? And Float 65, right? Those were the last one was Float. Fortunately, at that time, that was actually, it all went well. You know, I got paid for my time. So the way it typically works, I typically, you know, do the work, and then I charge for my time. I get paid, right? And I send, you know, whether it's an invoice or some form of deposit, whatever it is, right? So I got paid for my time on time, and it was all perfect. Like communication back then was great, right? It was like I shoot a message, I get a reply right away. But I would say like pretty much ever since around the time when the communication sort of broke down with the Discord server closing up and all that, was around the same time I like wouldn't get a reply for anything. So I pretty much haven't gotten any like messages since then. So I've been left in the dark with that, with regards to that. Oh, hi Kiwi. Oh, he's asking for attention. Oh no, actually he's asking for S words. Probably. Hi Kiwi. Hi. Hi. So talkative. Oh my gosh. So cute. Hi Kiwi. You want to come here? Hi. Ignores. So yeah, I mean, no communication from space though. Pretty much, you know, for now it's the best I can do is to prevent others from falling in the trap or making orders when they're gonna get no communication, just like I don't get communication. So that's the main reason. Obviously, also following suit Alex's motion that he's going to drop his endorsement. That's a good question. What's going to happen? Redemption orders? I don't know. I also have pending merch, like pending items from Space Cable, so I'll suffer the consequences too. I don't know. At this point, we are left here sitting to find out what's going on. There's a lot. I mean, actually, well, let's think about it more carefully. There's the initial issue came about from 3 main things: GMK Nightshade, GMK Hamon Round 2, and GMK Classic Beige. GMK Classic Beige and GMK Hamon Round 2 were both group buys that had been fulfilled by most of the vendors worldwide, and the reason they got delayed for fulfillment from Space Cables was not necessarily, I mean, it was poor decisions, like misinformed decisions that they made. Basically, they were, and as well as mishaps in the shipping and freight process. They basically waited for Classic Beige fix kits in tandem with Hamon fix kits, and they had to essentially wait for the whole thing to be ready, which took a while. And second, it got shipped, and then it arrived to the US and essentially got trapped by the whatever freight company they were using at the time. And so basically, you know, it got stuck in limbo in some sort of shipping process somewhere in like a container. And so they worked for a while to try to get those out to them, and then so that delayed everything, right? So then now you have outside products of that, like products that like were seemingly unaffected completely. Mr. Prox, hello, proximity. Wow, thanks for the prime. Thank you. But like, you know, there were products outside of that. Like there's Dandy round 2. There is any kind of like cables that haven't been fulfilled. I don't know if there's any. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. I think there was some MV products as well, like some of the Max Volter product stuff. There is Redemption, Float 65. Those are 2 keyboards that still have not like, you know, like had an order period that, you know, now it's like now we're left with a question mark of what's gonna happen with that. Probably not made yet. So at least in terms of redemption, in terms of like redeeming those items, at least, you know, in the case of redemption, I guess it's being made by Mr. Salvin, I think, right? So in that case, I think Salvin can come through and manage that fulfillment, right? You know, the only problem would be like knowing the order history and like all that kind of stuff. And then the second thing would be we don't know anything about like Flow 65. It's like it's the same kind of stories. Like we don't know much about the orders either. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, ideally, I think right now the real issues are just the lack of communication, and those 3 buys in particular that kind of like have been MIA, so to speak. Nightshade, Classic Beige, and Hamon. So I mean, hopefully we get some news. Hopefully we get a resolution. I want to really be optimistic personally. I want to be optimistic that the news that Mr. Colbert and Alex have to share with regards to at least like, you know, like supposedly there is some kind of heads down trying to get this, you know, get this to work and get this to, you know, like manage and push through this issue. Like hopefully that works fine and everything turns out okay. But I don't know. We don't know the circumstances. The silence is truly deafening and it sucks. I really wish they just came. I just wish they just came clean and said, hey, look, this is all the shit that happened. We need help from the community. Help us out. We know reputation here, difficult to recover from like our lack of communication, but like we want to get this to your hands, that kind of thing. That would be nice, but we don't know. We don't know. Oh, Mr. Prox. Hey, Diego, hope your night is going well. It's going all right. I'm just talking about space cables for a bit, and we are building this top mount, O-ring mount, tadpole mount, I guess, TKL. What's your favorite 65%? That's a good question. My favorite 65. Among the ones I have, I guess this would be the easier question to answer, right? I would say, the Kohaku is pretty nice. I like the 910 as well. I think, yeah, it's either Kohaku, the Kiko 265, honestly, really nice, and the 910. I actually really like the Constellation as well. The Constellation's super versatile in terms of builds. So the Constellation is also like an honorable mention, I would say. Has options for building it differently and looks pretty nice too. There's many others, but those are among the ones I own. Those are some of the ones I would mention. Do you like the house? I didn't love the house when I tried a couple, but I mean it was essentially just what is that, top and O-ring mount? So I feel like the 910 kind of covered that ground. I mean, like, was kind of like the house sort of felt like 910 copium at the time. Cons is very stiff. That's fine though. I feel like stiff is okay. Like as long as you manage your expectations around like the stiffness, it's all right. You can also do like O-ring mount on that and plastic plates. So you can manage, like you can get around the problem of Constellation feeling quote unquote stiff. So it's not like the worst problem to have. It's definitely stiff though, yeah. I think it's a nice design though. I think the modular part and like the fact that you can like switch it up is pretty sweet. I like that part a lot. I mean, generally I think that kind of those kinds of features are always like welcome in the hobby that supposedly thrives on experimentation and options. I randomly came across a VOD of JD's Arrival the other day. Best unboxing. Oh my god. Do you see the size of that box? Oh my god, that was bad. Wow, that was a long time ago now. JD's unboxing. Holy moly. That was like mid-pandemic, I think, too. Crazy. Space Cable's location is only 10 minutes or so from me. I would definitely go help if they needed help physically fulfilling orders. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. Like, the Texas community is big, and the Texas community has clearly offered help, or at least has reached out, I assume. I don't know why there's no response. Like, there's no communication with anybody else. That's something I do not understand about the Space Cable situation right now is, why is there no communication with any more than one person? At all. Nobody else knows. Or nobody else saying anything. Let's say some people know, but nobody else is saying anything. Why? Why is it just being let in? I get it that people tend to inflate problems. This is a real issue that we do have in the community. Someone says a peep about something bad happening, shit spreads like wildfire, okay? It spreads like wildfire and people start like speculating and escalating the shit. You know, they're like, oh, we're doomed, it's over, it's Jover, we're gonna lose space cables, and also we're gonna lose the elections, or I don't know, okay, like, and Armageddon is gonna happen, and California is gonna separate from the mainland, and Florida is gonna, like, you know, like, okay, you know, like, people assume like the worst, and so like it gets inflated like crazy, all right? Like, you know, like, yeah, someone stirs the pot and shit blows over. And so that is a problem we do have in the hobby, right? I would say. I think it happens all the time. But, like, I don't get it. Space Cables has been around the community for a while. They've gone through and seen other people fail, move forward, and themselves surviving it, and getting past this pandemic phase, too. They've grown a lot in that time too. And so that's what I don't understand about the whole Space Cable situation is, why is there no communication outside? Why? I don't get it. It still puzzles me a lot, and I genuinely just wonder in goodwill. Like, I don't wish them any ill intent, and genuinely hope that they make it out of whatever bad situation they seem to be in, because it genuinely sucks. But like, we have no recourse, we have like no information whatsoever about it, aside from the fact that they're just not talking to anybody. No tickets, no emails, no announcements, nobody other than, well, supposedly Alex, right? Which, again, Alex, right, he is like a sort of, at this point, like, Alex has been in the community a while, and he's big in his audience. Like, his audience is very big. He gets a lot of viewers. A lot of people depend on his opinions and all that. And he's also a very close friend of Ragan's, and like, you know, they've worked together. They did that whole like talk show sort of thing, and they trust each other a lot, and it's all great. But like, no communication outside of that is a little crazy to me. It's just a little much. I don't get it. USA. Florida separate from the mainland would be a good thing. Watch out, watch Australia join some other continent, and you'll be fudged. California needs to be an island now. The core community is probably what somewhat patient may wait, but general public likely starts charging back. Yeah, I'm sure this has already cascaded, so it might be too late for them. I hope not, but like, dude, communication is so important, and I don't understand why not at the first leg of trouble, communication was not the first thing that happened. I don't know what's going on. I want to know, but I don't know. Dear Lord, Kiwi, why do you put so much fur here? Alright, let's build this up. Solder time. I'm like running out of solder too. I ordered a new spool of solder, but it's been slow. Slow. You're gonna hear fan noise, so excuse me. Of all the vendors out there, I'm still wondering how Kono is still around. Good question. I don't know. Well, hey, they sold some. Haven't they sold some inventory to other people too? I don't understand. They've had some of those extras in stock for over 2 years. Look, listen, Dirty Gingy, I've been waiting for GMK originative Japanese, the white and black set with Japanese sub-legends that they bought some from originative. They have it priced at like $180 or whatever. I've been waiting for that one key set to come down for like a nice deep sale, dude. And at this point, I gave up on refreshing the page. It doesn't come down. Like, did they like overpay for those sets? Yes, probably. But like, why are they there in the first place? And why won't they put them on sale? Can they just get rid of inventory? Are they just drop shipping? Originative is the OG diamond-handed vendor. No kidding, dude. Prox, I'm not sure if you have ever seen, but you know that Sherry from Oko has posted artisans for sale, like the same nightcaps artisans that like he like had gotten for those like key set bundled raffles or whatever, and like he like sold them on Mech Market. Like he has been trying to sell them on Mech Market multiple times for well over retail price, by the way. This guy's diamond hands, like, capability is undefeated. Okay, like he resists. It's admirable, but also a little bad taste in mouth sort of moment, where when you see a keycap and you know cost, like, you know, like when the raffles happen were like 65, 70. I don't even know how much they cost now, but like it was something like that. And this guy is trying to peddle them on Mech Market because they are old and exclusive. But they're like, it's not like it's a secret that this guy's username is well known, so it's no secret to anybody that we know that he is the guy from Originative Co. selling him. And it just makes me wonder, like, what kind of, like, damn, the balls. Just got them. If a Juby can do it, my resin can too. Oh, minus Juby plus Crin, my bad. Oh, yes. Rose Gold Crin with Pinocchos. Is that right? Rose Gold Crin with Pinocchos. It finally sold at some point, didn't it? Lightning, please send me your Spotify playlist. I had it on my... Hold up. Here. Somebody else's, but it's good. So I have it. The last items I bought from Kono around 2 years ago were a pair of desk pads. They're the crappiest, worst desk pads I've ever seen. Oh yeah, I still have some Kono desk pads, yeah. The 3mm ones. I have the Ursa one. Was it Ursa? I think it was Ursa, yeah. Ursa, EPVT something, Ivory or something like that. I think I have one of those. Or, like it was like a Safari one or something like that. I remember getting one of those. And I think I have a GMK Hydro desk mat as well. Because I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. I didn't like the key set though, so I never bought the key set. But, yeah. I have some of the old desk pads from them. Oh! And, what is that? GMK, not Fuji, yeah, that other one. Maybe it wasn't GMK, I don't remember. GMK Deku and GMK Yeti? Oh, got it. GMK Hero, you mean Green Samurai? The novelties were cool on the set, but yeah. I didn't like the way they kitted it in the colors much. I'm a big Zelda person and didn't like GMK Hero? Yeah, I mean, it's... I'll be honest, it's not that good. It really looks... It makes it... The way they chose those colors and executed it on the set makes it look very tacky. That's a problem with gold colors in general. Like, anything gold is potentially very tacky looking if not done right. And so it takes a little bit of... proper refinement to actually make it look nice. Yeah, this gold is one of those colors. Just can look extra bad, extra tacky if not done right. Not even at the fault of any of the other colors combined with it. Just the nature of gold. Green Samurai sounds lit. Diego, I entered the ETF sale today. Please pray that I lose. Koopa, why you do this? I'll pray that you win, so that you properly suffer the consequences and don't do it again next time. I like the rush of not eating. Oh my god. He never will learn? Oh, Kupo, Mr. Kupo will... Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy, brother. You entered a how many dollar sale, sorry? It looks great, by the way. Fantastic work of art. It's like Nightcaps has this current sale of this egg face themed after the Uzumaki's character, Azami. And her stages of being I guess I guess it's a spoiler, but well, yeah, being affected by the supernatural phenomenon that happens in Uzumaki. Hi, I'm a big fan of you. Aw. No way! I have a feeling you were trying to say Kiwi and then you just said you because you felt obligated to say that first, and then you'll say, actually, never mind. Kiwi is the best. I'm a big fan of Kiwi. 625 like the space bar. Anyway, Week 1, ETF Artisan. Week 2, Ice Soup. Holy moly. Holy moly. Anyway, do you have any keycap? Okay, sorry. Z-Glow earlier asked, thoughts on the Rube Haku? I think Rube Haku looks sick. I love the way the Rube Haku's, like, various elements came together. Elaine killed it on the Rube Haku. If the Rube Haku were any other layout than the 65%, I'll be so tempted. If it had been the Rube Haku, but instead it's a TKL or a 60, oh my god, it would have been so close. But it looks sick. It's amazing. It looks awesome. Okay, the Rube Haku design is great, in my opinion. It's over the top in some regards, but like it integrates the rubber hose, like artisan, like keycap maker, right? Like the imagery that he uses, like right, that style, and like all these different little things, does it really well and displays it on different parts of the board so nicely. I think it's really well executed. And I'm not talking just because I'm an Elaine fan, right? I just genuinely think it looks great. She just implemented it very nicely. Like, it's just excellent. Get Numa or pray and wait for Stinga 60. I mean, I'll say this. Big Brother Tyrone. If your patience allows, waiting, in my opinion, is often the better choice, just because there's always another keyboard to come in the next week. You know, like these keyboards, like new keyboards are coming out left and right, week by week. So if you can afford to wait for something, wait. If you feel desperate that I need this keyboard, I need this layout, I need this mounting system, whatever it is, YOLO. You know, you truly only live once. Enjoy life while you can and just do it. Swipe. But don't think of every single purchase you make in the hobby as a sunk cost, because it really is. At this point, everything is a sunk cost. Artisans, keycaps, keyboards, doesn't matter. It's a sunk cost. Every single dollar that you spend on that is a sunk cost. Just think of it that way, and I think you'll be okay. It's just the reality now. Now or before, it should have always been the reality, but it sinks in more now. Haha, no pun intended. Actually, pun intended, but yeah. Let it sink in. Haha. Anyhow. Alright. Hello, Nox. Noxygen, hello. Do you have any keycap recommendations for a blackboard other than Wob, Mictlan, Miami Nights, Dolce, like there's like tons of darker color sets like Noir, like Christian, Wob Red Cyrillic, Originative Japanese, like Shashin, holy shit, Oblivion, oh god, there's so many black keyboards, so many key sets. Yeah, Black Snail. There's so many. Like, pick your favorite. Go for it. That's how I feel. Black keyboard recommendation. Just pick your favorite. Digom Sam, do I buy another key code to try to feel something? No, you don't need to buy another key called Mason Gray. You do not need to buy another key code. You sent me one just recently to build, which I need to build soon. But what the hell? No, you don't need another one right now. Yes, GMK Cosmos is still on group buy, but you won't get it for like 4 months or whatever timing that is. So you like the Ruberjane? I like the Ruberjane too. I have my qualms about the Ruberjane. Number one is the layout. I don't like F13 as much as I like F12. F13 looks a little more cramped. The badge is a nice touch, but still, personally prefer F12. I like the bottom of Ruberjane. It's pretty intricate. It's pretty cool. If you like the imagery that's involved in the rubber hose brand, the Ruby Jane is pretty sick. But if you don't love it, you know, it's an expensive board as well. I mean, both of them are expensive actually, so there's that. Okay, seems like they just announced details on the Orbit R2. Thoughts on which you recommend over other boards? The Orbit, I personally really like the Orbit. I think the Orbit, when I built it, sounded really nice. The Orbit was one of those boards that kind of resonated with me, similar to when I built the Type 65 Plus from Axiom Studio. It was a board that I went in with, like, I tried to not go in with high expectations of a lot of boards, but I went in with like just like regular expectations. I'm like, okay, pin, like it had like tadpole like mounting, and it was like nice and slim, 65%, like relatively low height, and nice little curved design for the sides, very sharp design, and it sounded great when I built it, and so I was pretty pleased with that one. So I personally think that if you like that like top mount-esque style typing, like somewhat stiff, but then you do have control over the stiffness because you are using these tadpoles, the Orbit was really nice. Really nice board in my opinion. It was priced alright too. I mean, at this point I actually try to not discuss price as much, just because I think now we have like so many, like a big range for pricing. At this point you should be deciding on whether or not you should buy something, not based on whether it's a good deal or not, but whether it's something that you want and like. Like, stop discussing, oh, but this one has like 10 million features and has like 3 foam kits and includes 5 plates and 10 mounting methods, and it cost me $189 US. It's a great deal. If you have already gone past the phase of customizing and knowing what you like, and you're not looking for a good bang for the buck deal, but you're looking for something that you aesthetically like and like you want, like you see it and you're like, I want that shit on my desk right meow, then you get it, right? Like, price, you should decide based on your, can you afford it? First of all, are you like pushing yourself to afford something? Are you like, oh, I can afford a $200 board, but for a $450 board I gotta like jump through 10 hoops to actually be able to put it on my like, you know, put it on the bill, right? Like, can I actually even pay that bill? If the answer is no, don't. You know, Alex says that, right? If you can't pay something like 3 times over, don't buy it. Specifically if you are unsure. If you're unsure and you can't even afford it, why are you bothering trying to convince yourself? Stop. That's a problem. Like, do you like it that much? Really? Or are you just coping because somebody else told you that it's good? That's the real issue. If you're basing your opinion and your preference of whether you purchase something because somebody else told you, what does that make you? Like a sheep? You're just following someone else's orders and recommendations, and that's it? You don't have a say in it? Like, you don't have a preference for an aesthetic, or that's something you want? Like, just really want, you see it, and like, it should be desire, dude. It's like, it is, this hobby is about vanity. It is selfish, okay? This hobby is selfish. Like, you should be selfish. Like, you need to understand that if you want something, it's because you really desire it. And if you don't feel that strong feeling and you're just kind of purchasing blindly, you're not gonna love it when it arrives at the door. I don't think so. At least personally, my experience has always been that if I bought something not because I really wanted it the moment I saw it, I end up not liking it much. Just, I don't grow that emotional attachment anymore, because the emotional attachment wasn't there to begin with. So yeah, Norris has, don't get Nor, what the yeah. But Diego, I need a purpose. I mean purchase. It's okay, you can find purpose. Give me your DK saver if you don't like F13 reinfo, please. Type 65 is an underrated board. It was awesome. Awesome board. I love that board. That advice is too sensible. $500 is a lot of money. $500 is a lot of money, dude. But anyway, you get the idea, okay? Alright, now I got too carried over by that. Can't afford anything with payment in 4. Why not payment in 16.25? Buy more money, problem solved. Hey, Mason, can I buy more money by, I'll give you $100 US, and you can give me 10,000 US. I'm buying more money. It's that simple. That's how stocks work. Yeah, but can it be instant and with no repercussion and also no reversals? None of the, oh, made a mistake. Can we reverse this transaction? Can I just get immediate benefits? Right, meow. Go homeless to buy an OTD. Oh my god. Yes, and then sell it to a pawn shop for like, or like a, you know, like a Goodwill type of thing, like for like 10 bucks. Useless 15-year-old keyboard with integrated cable, $10, because you're now homeless and now you can't afford anything else. Paid all savings to get cool old board, now relinquishing old board for not even a meal. That's how Forex works. Forex. That's fair. Yes, I give you 10 of this, give you 10,000 of the other. Yeah, but I guess technically equivalent exchange. Convince me that I don't need GMK Darling for my red Kohaku. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, Zieglo, how much do you like Darling in the Franks? Or, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like that colorway? That GMK Darling colorway. On a scale of 1 to 10. Also, right now, what Kisa do you have thought for your red Kohaku? What's the alternative option? Like, what would you put on it if GMK Darling didn't exist? I'll give you $10 for $1 million hairs. Yeah. Alright, we're done here. Let's move forward. I think I'll keep the silver weight on this, but this is the brass option if we want it. But I think the silver looks nicer on the current weight, so I'll just leave that. Alright, let's open this beautiful board up. Looks so nice. Oh no. Never seen it, but the color is like a 9. Okay. You've used black and white Metropolis and the WOB so far? Okay. I'm sorry to say, but none of those colors are that good on red. So, okay. So you have a need for something that fits well better on red. In my opinion. Okay, this is completely subjective. And you think GMK Darling is like a solid 9 colorway wise? Generally. Like you look at it and you're like, that's a 9 out of 10? Okay. I can't convince you otherwise. It's hard to convince you otherwise if you think that highly of it already. Go for a keycapless build? Who needs Darling? Also fair. Why not just get better at typing on stems? Then you would save so much money! Bro, just type on stems alone! Why buy more money? Why bother buying keycap sets when you can just not use keycaps? Ah! Right! Right! Next thing you know, why use computer? Just use phone! Oh, of course! Wait, where's that no weighing emote? No weighing. How did you know? Darling will look nice on the red though, yes. Keycap smells will put GMK out of business. Oh shit, you guys are geniuses. You guys are fucking geniuses. This simple trick will put businesses out of business. We don't buy their product. Oh my god. How'd you know? Ricky, OMG, WTF, hello. And thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Running a group buy on GMK nothing. Yo, where's my GMK GB, aka GMK Calcium, aka GMK Transparent or Translucent Keycaps? Mr. Taylor SG was supposed to run that and I never got it. Urgh, I'm still salty it never ran. Where's our transparent-ish keycaps? Cherry profile properly, please. Please. No legends is fine. Blanks are cool. Okay. So, okay. So, we have a daughter board. So, we have to install that. Right? Oh, it's in the middle. Oh, it's a middle USB port. That's right. So we do have to take off the weight first, because it's a daughterboard cable. So let's do that. So it, oh, that's pretty nice. So this is this steel or alu? I think this is alu, right? On the exterior. Let me just double check the thread. No need to open the brass weight? Oh! Oh, I'm an idiot. Yes, you're right. I don't need to open the brass weight at all. I don't need to open the brass weight at all. I'm an idiot. Don't need to open the brass weight at all. You're right. Just need to take off the outside weight. Screw keyboards, return to monkey. Alright, let's go back to this though. So I assume it's these guys. There's 8 of these countersunk screws. Beautiful. Oh, very nice. Okay, so let me just kind of show you. So the brass weight, as you can see, is attached to this bottom piece, and this bottom piece is kind of like the full weight. Have you been keeping up with Dandaran? No, I'm not keeping up with any of the currently airing shows actually. And the origami is kind of like right in between. And so you would get rid of the brass weight here, and then you would open up the screws here to attach the origami. Right, I think it has screw holes here. But yeah, that's how you place it. But very clean. Daughter board goes right there. So we'll place the daughter board. Yeah, I'm not keeping up with the newer shows right now, Mr. Kupo. I'm sorry. Okay. Got 2 screws for the daughter board. And then we just run the line make sure it doesn't get clenched anywhere. So just gonna make sure it goes through here. Then I still see a little wire getting a little pinch. Let's use this spudger to just push it. I could tape it down, but I can just make it get stuck there. Is it there now? Come right on. There we go. All right. I think GMK Bushido would look good on red. That reminds me, didn't I do GMK? Give me a sec. I'm pretty sure I did a GMK. It was not Bushido, was it? Or was it Bushido? Didn't I build a... yeah, you wanna see... I remember building a key cult with GMK Bushido, right? So that's what it looked like on red. Apparently the age group that watches the most anime in Japan is like 35 to 40-year-olds. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's because that's like my older brother's age. That's because they lived through that like golden era of manga, manhwa, and stuff, like the real come up of it. And so a lot of that demographic is hooked on it. Has been for years, for decades. So I'm not that surprised. At all, actually. Like 80s kids? Yeah. Wonder what the 15 to 25s watch or do for recreation. Maybe they just get was that what are you guys talking about the other day? What was that like? I don't know what the kids these days talk about. It was the stuff that Liam was talking about. What is that? Was that some what was that called? Galaxy gas and whatchamacallit, some ball or something like that, some nasty ass drink or something. Poppers? No. What was he talking about? I don't remember. Parkour civilization. Chat on Discord, TikTok? Yeah, sure. That too. Alright, so what mount should we try first? I guess the ultimate first test is always top mount, right? Top mount is a nice first try for everything. So let's try top mount first. Okay. Did I put do I have top mount screws? Did I put them aside just now? These are the rubber pins. Those are the case screws, right? Did I put the top mount screws aside? When I opened it, did I have top mount screws? If not, I have a lot of screws, so that's not a problem. But I might have not have them. Let me check. Might have. Nope. Okay. Actually, PlusKB, are you here? What the? Actually, no. I can measure it. I can measure it. What's this? I can measure it. That's it's like 6 millimeters. Okay. Screw size for top mount. I don't think I have the screws, so I'm just gonna put just get screws. I have a whole box of them, so I can get them. I think it's M2.5 times 6 mils. Wait, let me check. Oh, it's okay. I think this is fine. I mean, if not, I can always try shorter ones, but it looks like M2.5 6 mils. If not, maybe shorter actually. It might even be 4 mils. Let me try this. Wait, is it M3? Whoopsie. Oh, that looks like M3 to me, actually. M3. So when you do keyboards a lot, you just buy screws of every freaking size because you just need them. You never know when you do. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 mil. Okay, 8 mil fine. Oh, actually, well, 8 mil is fine because I don't have as many 6 mil. All right, so. Four, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Oops. All right. Okay. Cool. M3 8 mil. All right. Let's try this out. I'm excited to try this. Just classic top mount. I mean, Jane V2 plate though, so I kind of know what to expect already. But every keyboard has a different flavor. So I'm excited to try it nonetheless. Alright, let's... Ooh, what a nice blue. What a nice blue. Okay. Alright, close up the case. This anode is very clean. Very nice. If the production turns out just like this, it's gonna be a very nice board that people I think will enjoy, because the finish on this is really good. Marcus announced the last SMB for next week in your Discord. In my Discord? In my Discord? Marcus? That's crazy. Dude, I'm famous. Marcus in my Discord announcing something? That shit whack. That's crazy. It's getting cramped? Oh, are you saying it's bad? There are a lot of people in the server though. We're like hitting 2K soon. It's kind of crazy. Crazy amount of growth in the past year. Alright, y'all. What keycaps we putting on this, eh? What keycaps? Do we slap on blue alert? Or what should we do? I mean, blue alert R1, because there's no other blue, like, round 2 isn't out yet, so. Nautilus? No, it's too dark. Such a dark blue for this color. It's such a beautiful color. It'll look like IKEA with extra shades of blue. Your Discord has become the central place for resin? Huh. Well, that's nice. Although, as places get bigger and bigger, you start having more disagreeing parties and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we don't attract any bad attention. You have any blue sub-legend CRP? I do have blue sub-legend CRP. I do have Hebrew. I do have Arabic. Yes. Hydro. I haven't seen Hydro on a board in a minute. Not a bad idea. All right, I'll put it to vote. Well, actually, this was a test. It fits a Lindy, by the way. So if you're a Lindy cable lover, it fits a normal Lindy cable. A nice USB port that fits a Lindy cable. Always a good port to check. All right, let's do a quick poll then. All right. Either any of these are fine for me. So, what is that? Keycap set. So we got blue alert, R1 of course. And then Hydro, and then someone said CRP, right? CRP. Hebrew blue or Arabic. I guess either is fine. And then I think that's it for now. I think these choices are good. Y'all can pick. Yes, I know PlusKB that you sent this because you want me to mash with blue alert, but I just want to give people the option to choose. So I want to give people the option to choose as well. The vote's gonna be kind of tight, actually. I think people might pick one or the other. So it's Diego, when are we getting an IRL stream in Shibuya? Or I'll accept Hokkaido as well. Who's sending me to Japan? Is Yusha Kobo gonna fly me in? I would love to visit Japan. I just need to get a job ASAP. Yeah. There's so many things that I want to do, but like, I need a more steady stream of income right now. Become a kick streamer? Okay. Should I just gamble my life away? Should I just become the next Bossman Jack? Man, this looks nice. It's a nice color. I do think Hydro's blue is going to be a little darker than this color, by the way, but it'll still look pretty good. V4, actually, technically it's the same blue as, yeah, V4. I think it's still V4. blue for hydro. So blue alert or hydro, they might look pretty good either way. Blue alert on the warmer side, hydro on the colder, like cooler side, because you have TA Adler? Yeah, Triumph Adler. It's a good set. So that's a good set too. That's actually a very good set as well. Yeah. Alright, hydro it is. Alright, let's try it out. Let me bring hydro and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back and ready to try hydro. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, if I recall correctly, hydro does use two different blues. One for the novelties and accents, and one for the legends, I think. Sorry. It's just Is this Olivia? Close. Pretty close. Solidarity with whoever the other two people who voted for CRP are. I would have solidarity for that too, though. Beige, the CRP sets with blue are fire, actually. So I would agree. I do have novelties, don't I? Maybe we can try a couple. It's been a minute since I've tried any. Squirrel Squad. Hoi hoi. I think those are good. Keep it casual. If that's the case, maybe I should go for regular enter. Make it a little bit more neutral on that. What switches are the most quiet if I'm using brown at the moment? You can try using some Haimu heartbeat switches. Those are really quiet. There's many other silent switches, right? Like there's Sakurios and Helios. I think they're really quiet too. And what the fuck? The fuck? Danny FPS? Why? 50 subs? What the fudge? Oilers in the chat, mod check? Right there. Danny FPS. That's crazy, dude. Thank you. I mean, well, I can't just not do anything after that. All right, fine. We'll give a keyboard away after this. You got it. All right. That's crazy. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate it. All right. So after that craziness, put some artisans on this. Put some good old death caps. Haven't seen that in a minute. Got this cool blue Alhex and Wheat Keys collaboration key. Looks wonderful. Kind of torn. Oh, I haven't seen this. You guys know doohickeys? They do these little cute little kudzus. I think I'll put that because underrated and it looks cute. The one next to Boob Sculpt, this one, no, or this one, the Earl. Sure, sounds good. All right, go with that. I bought the OG F18X with the V1 plate. Oh, well, okay, Danny FPS. Well, I hope the putting 50 subs out there was worth it too. I'm sorry if I disappoint you for not you know, being too good about paying it back as much. I try to, but I'm always very appreciative of all the support that subs and other folks who here support the channel have to give, but I also feel bad that I don't give back enough to community sometimes, as opposed to all the generosity you guys give. Anyway, thank you. All right, let's typing. Let's try this out, folks. Is this Toki? Oh no, never mind. Somebody else. All right, let's try this. Let's get a nice little side view of the board here. Ooh, looks good with Hydro. Hydro is a good choice. Although beige would also look quite nice on this, but Squirrel Squad actually looks spectacular with this. So I actually really like it. Let's try it out. Let's move the mic over a little closer. over there should be good. Beige looks good on everything. This is true. It's nice, neutral, easy. All right, let's give this a try. We got whoa, who's having? I hear you. What the? Okay, never mind. My partner is just getting dessert. Okay, let's try this out. So we have MX Browns on the full polycarb plate today. You and your viewers deserve more. Oh, come on. Thank you, Danny. And we got GMK Hydro on this. This is this is top mount, just a regular screw top mount. And so it's mounted to the top piece, and we got a full polycarb plate with a 1.6mm PCB. Has a daughter board cable that connects to the middle, and we have no foam whatsoever. This is a full polycarb plate with lubed MX Browns. Again, big thank you to PlexKBD. If you want to check out their work, they have a YouTube channel as well as a Discord. But yeah, they go by PlexKBD, and they were in the chat here as Tome was taken. And they sent out these great broken in MX Browns. So thank you again. So let's try it out. That's nice. It's the polycarb really elevates that crispness. It's like crispy sounding, loud sounding for sure, in a good way. I think it, like, if you think of MX Browns being a certain sound, it kind of elevates that volume wise, kind of really enhance that. So polycarb plate and MX Browns, always a nice combo. I imagine this would sound quite different with alu, but it sounds really good. Top mount polycarb and MX Browns, really nice. And yeah, the switches smooth. You can definitely tell that the break-in does a lot of work for switches like these, just because it kind of gets rid of a lot of the uneven scratchiness that's at the stock switch level. And then once you do that break-in and then you lube on top, it really brings out an extra level of smoothness to the switch while still preserving the tactility at the front, because the lube was not applied to the front leg. So, and that's the way I liked tactile switches after all. So, are the leaves fine? They seem fine. Yeah. All right. Mods. This is top mount. there it is. So my assessment of the sound and feel is, first of all, it does feel and sound like a JNV2 style plate in top mount. That's tried and true. It's been tried on many other boards, including obviously the JNV2. But if you haven't tried the top mount configuration on something similar like that, this is kind of the same idea. The sound is very crisp. Like generally speaking, really like how this board sounds. Like top row has that extra bit of like hollowness that appears when you do a top mount on a board like this, but not in an excessive way. Like that resonance isn't like echoing in the case. So the top row actually sounds pretty nice and crisp as well. So every row is pretty distinct on top mount, and the mods sound quite nice. We don't get hollowness at the edges, right? We don't get any kind of tinny, like bodily sort of sound. Very nice and solid. Pretty good. All right, so now we can try a different mounting. We can try maybe the tap hole or the O-ring. So that's how the bottom of the board looks as well, if you haven't seen, but it looks very, very gorgeous. Fan of the look, personally. Despite it being a central USB, which I know some people don't love central USB and some people do. I personally think it looks nice, especially with the design here. Looks pretty nice. So let's go ahead and unscrew this. How much is the board? So this board will retail for around $380 on average. It's going to be in stock, about 100 units total, I believe. If I'm not incorrect, the interest check is in the build command. It is 4 different colors, I believe. It was black, silver, red, and blue. So basically 2 boring neutral colors and 2 vibrant and very bold colors, I would say. And so, but it's a pretty simple look. Like it's like a classy, simple look where when it comes to kind of like has the some modern features though, like has the seamless side, right? Because it has the full cover on the side. And then the origami is kind of like nice and cute. Nice simple readable font here as the origami engraving here. Centered USB port. Just uses standard 3M bump-ons, right? Like these like 5302 style type of bump-ons, where it's just like standard circular bump-ons at the corners of the board. Typing angle, I think it was like 7.5, so pretty moderate, not too inclined, but also not too flat, sort of. And so pretty normal and pretty easy to use kind of typing angle. So especially for those who like don't float their wrists for typing. So, and the internals, as you can see, it kind of has that this sort of like path, like tooling path that like cuts into the bottom case. It's similar to like what Bion did, what he called Bion wave, sort of allowing a lot of that cavity to just sort of have this different, just like, kind of like this different cavity profile. And then you have a brass weight here in the middle, and then it is attached to what is on the outside, which is that silver piece. So definitely a nice aesthetic, and overall it seems to be, the design seems to be quite clean. Definitely leaning on the like clean and easy, like kind of like predictable but like classic sort of aesthetic and board design wise. Like I think it's one of those things that if you kind of know what to expect, you will get that, I think. So pretty easy going but solid design, I would say. So alright, so let's take out the screws now. Maybe should we try which one should we try first? Tap hole? Maybe. And then we can try O-ring at the last. So I think tap hole first. maybe because it's a nice direct comparison right after the top mount. Might help you guys kind of locate the sound better in comparison. So for top hole or like this rubber screw, right? You like rubber pin. I personally prefer to put the pin all the way through first, through each of the plate tabs here. So like all the way through for all of them, and then you place the board, and then you put it into the top piece. I'm a little bored without the music, so I'm gonna play it for now. F1 and Spider coming, but this and the new Mercy got me thinking. Again, you know, if you're in the market for new boards, you know, that's great. But as someone who has collected a lot of boards over time, I will say don't buy more than you really need. I certainly have done the whole collector thing and gone overboard with that stuff, but you don't get to rotate as much as you want to, even if you like all your boards. I certainly do feel like I underappreciate some of them sometimes, but I do enjoy the collecting aspect too, so it's always a bit difficult to manage how I feel about that. Mercy so good. Hydro 84 is a good top mount reference when designing the origami in the past. Oh, nice. So maybe pay some compliments over to Mr. Morning Coffee, Mercy. I mean, so actually, the Mercy 84 is pretty much this very similar approach to the origami, right? Like they both use the same plate, right? Like the 7-point top mount system, right? Like the JNV2 used the old Whale and Koala as a reference, right? Or like the OTD boards too, right? They all had this previous reference, and a lot of boards reference the JNV2 as like this sort of like standard, and so like everyone had kind of paid respects to their predecessors, so to speak. And the 84 is no exception. It was made to be a board that was like had all the classic elements of like the Korean custom like aesthetic, and that like plate like top mount, right? Like top mount only, full alu, right? And with the weight experience, right? And so like they all had their like references there. As long as I think I feel like as if you're a designer, and as long as you're like paying your respects to the people who came before you, right? Like design wise, right? Like as long as you're saying, hey, you know, thanks to this guy and this guy and this guy for serving as inspiration. I really admire you guys. You guys do wonderful work. I also have supported your work, whatever it is, right? It's always a good thing. I think it's like, I think community built on mutual respect is the real charm in the community. It's like you get along better with people, you enjoy similar things, you have a good time by just paying that respect, you know? Okay, let me take this out. So are you saying not to pretend you came up with a design all by yourself? Correct! How do you know that's what I meant? Wow, you figured it out. Yes, because everyone takes inspiration in things. And plagiarism is a bad thing, and you shouldn't plagiarize. You should give credit where it's due, because that's important. And I think I find at times that people don't do that enough. And always, and you know, like paying respects and just saying, hey, thanks, you guys were my inspiration, I admire you guys, and I'm a fan, means a lot to both the person receiving it as much as the person giving that respect, you know? And if you build that respect with other people, fellow designers, fellow makers, fellow vendors, fellow enthusiasts, it makes for a good time. I don't know about you, but like, let's imagine PlusKB here one day decides to visit the US, or maybe actually Mr. Mary C, Mr. Morning Coffee, often out in his home country, as well. And he, like, let's say they end up in the same meetup, same place, and they are talking about boards. They're talking shop, right? And if PlusKB here said like, hey, like, said like, hey, I admire that guy's board and I loved it, and then kind of comes up to him and says like, hey man, like I brought my board and similar to yours, I know, but like, when I was making it, I was thinking about what you did and it was great, and it'll be well received, I think, and you can maybe shoot the shit, and then you'll get to the bar and be like, hey, I'll buy you a beer. I don't know. I think it's a good time if you do that, and it's always nice to get along with folks. But I think there's times when people don't do that enough, and I feel like it's a little, just kind of Ooh, okay. We got like the tap hole style. So we got the rubber pins this time. So I will now go ahead and plug this in. Plagiarism is good, it's our work, not yours. Our work. Yes, it is our work. Alright folks. Now let's try, this time we got the rubber pin mount, or the tap hole mount essentially. Similar to the Geon Frog. Let's give it a shot. So you heard top mount earlier, so you can always go back on the VOD and check out this segment as well as the previous one. Let's compare. So same build, same everything else, just different mounting. Okay, here you go. Pretty good. Brings it down a notch for sure. The volume is down a little bit. I was typing a little bit more softly, I think. But even then, I could definitely hear a little bit less of that like extra volume that I heard earlier. Definitely a little bit softer too, a little bit more mellowed out. Still has the same spirit of the top mount though. Like it still has a little bit of that like rigidity that comes from like being stuck to the top piece. But it not being a rigid, solid, piece, like a screw, like attaching the plate with the assembly rather, the assembly to the top piece definitely brings it down a notch for sure. I do agree with that. So if you're into something crisp, like clacky or crisp, just like very, 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 very sharp, top mount is probably the way to go here. Here are the mods. So I think the alphas preserve a lot of the crispness of the assembly itself. I think it's maybe because they're just far away from the mounting points. It doesn't affect it as much. The alphas definitely still sound like pretty crisp, pretty nice and loud. But on the modifier side, especially, like I think, especially like the space bar and some of these like edge keys, definitely a little bit more muted. But overall, yeah, the volume's a little bit lower, but still has the characteristic of a top mount. So if you're into top mount but want something a little bit softer, a little bit more mellowed out, a little bit less sharp, then this rubber pin mount is a good alternative. I actually am a big fan of having that alternative option. Like I think it's really it's nice. It's kind of refreshing in the sense that it's not so extreme of a change between a top mount and an O-ring, right? So yeah, having that option is pretty nice. Also, not to mention, you can also change the hardness of that rubber pin, so that helps. All right, let's go to the last mounting style, the third and last, which would be our O-ring mount. Oops, wrong screwdriver. I imagine the O-ring will sound a bit like a decent bit softer. I mean, like rather kind of maybe more desk soundy, more thumpy. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm not sure yet, so it's hard to say. But I mean, I definitely can tell, like, you know, like a V2C, sorry, like for example, or like a V2ME, right? Like the GM. Sounds so different when it's top versus O-ring. Okay, so let's take these out. Just kind of slide out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that sounds like. A lot more dampening, I assume, from the O-ring, so assume a decent amount of like kind of like more smoothness to it. Let's take off the pins. Pretty easy to take off. And let's take this. I think this is a 50A, so pretty standard run-of-the-mill type of O-ring. Just let's put it around now. I have to go. Have a good stream, Mr. Danny. Or thank you so much for the subs earlier, and thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Actually, really late, but I hope you take care of yourself. I'll see you on the next one. We'll see you soon. Thank you again. Jam Bell X, hello, and thanks for the prime. I think I might have missed some earlier. Hubert, hello, and thank you. All right, folks. Let's see. So, O-ring mount. We gotta put this now. Oh, yes. I was told by the designer that the plate design on this they used is a prototype, and so it's maybe advisable to use just 2 rubber pins on the top side of the plate, just to prevent it from, like, the plate from touching the like kind of like rattling a little. So we're just gonna do that out of security, so it doesn't have any extraneous sound, but it's pretty minimal because it's just 2 of them. So we'll do that, and then okay, and then just put this down here. Could I send my Discord link in chat? Yes, please do. Yeah, you can feel free to send it. If you are curious about Mr. PlexKBD's work, they do switch modding and breaking in of switches. They provided the MX brands that we're using today. You can check out their Discord as well as their YouTube channel. Wait, did I plugged it in, right? I think I did. Let me just double check that I did plug it in. Actually, kind of forgot. Okay, I did. But yeah, these MX Browns turned out pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. Very nice and smooth. I was a little bit afraid about the switch leaves, to be quite frank with you. Breaking in and switch leaves tend to get a little kind of like noisy or rattly, kind of like whiny almost. And so I've tried some of those broken in switches from RME KBD, and they occasionally have a little bit of that like chirping. I guess MX2As are a little better, but I'm assuming it's a bit of a batch dependent scenario where like maybe later batch might not perform as well as the current batches. So like, yeah, like leaf tech from being broken in so much, kind of like heavy use, wear and tear situation. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Yes, they also do. Thomas also does diamond polish, which I have never tried, by the way. I've never tried diamond polish switches. So I'm actually kind of curious to try that, especially on like a linear. I'm assuming that's gonna be pretty different. All right. Let's try. Finally, it is the last mounting method. It is now O-ring mount. So let's give this a shot. O-ring mount, everything else the same keycap, same everything, same plate, full polycarb, MX Browns. Pretty good. I would say this one is a little bit more like the space bar is kind of more even with the alphas, a little bit closer, so less of that like extra pop from the others. So let's try the mods. Pretty nice though, nice and consistent sound. As you can see, you can definitely see a little bit of that vibration kind of traversing in the plate. It's a nice up arrow. You can definitely tell a little bit of that extra bounciness from the O-ring, especially at the arrow keys and like the edges. Pretty nice. Spam enter key again, please. a very nice sounding board. Definitely, you know, something that you would expect from a JNV2 style kind of plate, but the internals are done nicely in a way where, you know, after all, I think the personality of the board comes out with the inner cavity and like how you decide to do the internals. Especially like the bottom piece is such a big integral part of it. But it's done really nicely. Like none of the mounts have undesirable sound to it, in my opinion. This is like no foam, of course. It's a little bit more distinct. Like each row is distinct. Obviously a different profile. And then I think like in the O-ring, yeah, you get a little bit more evening, like kind of like more even sound, but it's nice and soft and yet still like preserve some of that crispness, especially the switches here, like nice and lightly lubed, and so they're quite crisp and quite nice sounding. So I think I'm a big fan of all of them, to be honest. But yeah, I think if I wanted something with a punch, top mount for sure. If I wanted something right in the middle that doesn't like, it's a little bit less offensive than the top mount, I would just go with the pin. And then I think O-ring is kind of like just more comfortable. Like if you want that soft, extra softness in typing feel, I think O-ring mount is where you would definitely come in and try it out. So yeah, it's a nice balance though, because it kind of covers the ground of like stiff and loud to like a soft, like a decent bit softer, like typing. So. But yeah, I dig it. Is that an alloy plate? This is a polycarb plate. Maybe it is the polycarb plate that's doing a lot of work here too as well, like along with the switches. Cherry mix switches and polycarb plate do tend to sound on the louder side, regardless of whether I'm mounting. I know this because I have a KFE with a full polycarb plate and I think MX blacks, and they sound pretty like crisp, pretty loud like this, similar to this. Obviously browns are a little bit even louder than MX blacks, so. I wouldn't mind keeping whichever mounting here, but I think yeah, I think my favorite personally is the pin mount, just because the top mount has a punch, but maybe I just wanted something a little bit quieter than that. So I think the pin mount is a nice like softer alternative. Whereas the O-ring, it's like if I'm feeling like something soft, I would go with that. Maybe if this were like a, I don't know, maybe a different build, I would maybe would try an O-ring. Actually, like with MX Browns, O-ring tends to sound pretty good. But if this were like, for example, an all alu build like with MX blocks, I think the pin mount would be a nice middle ground for sure. So yeah, I'm a fan. I really like the aesthetics of this. I mean, the color of this board is like so good. Super nice color on this blue. I'm assuming black and silver will look, you know, similarly nice, and red as well, a nice vivid red, I assume. But very lovely. I was away but got gifted a sub. Yes, someone dropped 50 earlier. So pretty nice. So let's see. So let's see, you can take a quick look there at how it looks from this side. I'll put this on this side for now. It's a little messy. It's for the thumbnail. Yeah, alright, there it is. But yeah, well, if you guys liked the build as well, that's good. So hopefully, you know, these will run in stock in late Q4, is that right? PlusKB. So this will be late Q4 purchase available for purchase, in stock about 100 units or so, I believe. And this will be retailing around $370, $390. If you want a classic top mount and other dual mount, I guess, triple mount, I guess now, able TKL with just a JNV2 style plate, which a lot of people already know and love, then this is your purchase to make. But pretty nice. All right, so let's wrap things up soon. I do want to pay forward Danny FPS's earlier generosity, so let's do. I think I'll split it because Danny FPS is away, but I'll do one giveaway today, and we'll do one more next time, whenever that is. So I'm hoping we can bring down the price a little bit to mid 300. Well, I mean, if that's possible, that's good. But I mean, you don't have to, you know, force yourself to do anything that is very difficult to do. But I mean, if you succeed, that would be awesome. All right, so maybe let's give away. Actually, why not? All right. Let me bring something nice. Hi, Kiwi. Okay, so you know how I have a Zoom 75 over here? Well, I think we can give away the other Zoom 75 here. I have a Zoom 75 V1, I guess, prior to this Taiga edition. And perhaps someone might appreciate this. It is already built with WS Morandi switches in the polycarb plate. And it's a pretty nice board, especially for the price. But we got a nice red, vibrant red Zoom 75 built with WS Morandis. Has this nice gradient bottom and a white weight here. So we can get this out. It'll come with a carrying case and a bunch of accessories in there. I actually don't know what all the accessories are now. It's been a minute, but it'll just come with everything that I have on there. So, just in time. Nice. All right, for those who are still here though, let's do a, actually I don't know what, oh, this is Winky, okay. Let's open up marbles, eh? How's the board? This? Pretty nice. And the Zoom? Also nice, to be honest. If I were in the market for a 75, Zoom 75 is definitely a good wreck, in my opinion. Okay, I'm just waiting for marbles to open up, so I'll wait for that. And okay, it's opened up. Hey, OMS4, hello. Thank you so much for the 2 months. Lightning, thanks for the stream. Oh, okay, Arianfo. Have a good one. But are you sure you want to skip this? Shipping is for anywhere else. It's all good. Alright, let's do a random map here. Fantastic dynamic bridge. Sounds good to me. Alright, exclamation play if you would like to enter for a Zoom 75. Is the playlist public? Yeah, I can send you a link. Whoever asked for the playlist, link is right there. I'll enter for fun, because why not? I just don't like to see my marble go out for the race. I'll give you guys a minute and a half to enter. All right. Oh, Kiwi's getting his snacks. All right, 40 more seconds. Exclamation play to enter. Okay, pretty linear race. Looks like we have a few spots where you could die, like those jumps over there. "25 seconds. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, we got everyone going down the spiral little tube here. We got a cylinder here with mini paths, but I assume somebody will come out first. So we look at them go down. Goodbye looks to be in the lead, I think, but it's hard to tell. Number 8, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say, but we'll see who comes out there. We see them all coming down, 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 down. And Help Me Oh Rice Pixar and Help Me Oh Y in first, with Voika following in third. Here we have a split over here. We have a little Y intersection with a segment with a little seems like it zaps you and it slows you down a little bit. So we got Rice Pixar and Volca. Oh, they seem to have died into the abyss. So they seem to have fallen here. Some people falling down here, but Ricky, OMG, W2F, and Henber 8 here in the lead with Sumbo falling right behind. Let's follow Ricky and Sumbo here falling in first. Clacky AF. And third, they fall into the bowl, and now following into this gear sort of segment where they are crossing and rolling around and crossing and rolling around. There's a possibility that people might fall in here. So we have Ricky OMG W2F in first, and Sumbo and Clacky AF following right behind. They take separate paths, so let's find out who wins here. Ricky OMG with a slight lead. Actually, Clacky AF takes the lead, with Sumbo falling right behind on the pegboard here. They can possibly get yeeted by the board here with the pegs, but Ricky OMG actually makes it out safely rather quickly and gets stuck at the intersection with Scruffy Marks, and Shona is coming right behind and following the middle path. Some people getting bounced back. Clacky AF bounced back, and Help Me Oh Y. Oh, but Scruffy Marks falls onto the bottom path, with Shona is actually still following the middle path slowly but surely. We have Scruffy Marks and Shona is falling here. Shona's here slowly but making it surely, but Clacky AF falling right behind and pushing them along. We got Ewan, Clacky AF, and Shona is here quickly rising to the top. Scruffy Marks following the middle path. They take a booster. Clacky AF and Ewan here racing for the finish. Who will actually win? And it is Clacky AF with the sinister catch up and push towards the end. Wow, what a finish, taking the high road and ending on first. Ewan so close. Scruffy Marks on third. That was tough. Let's follow some of these guys here. It's an interesting intersection over here. So if you make it here to the final bit, you basically get pushed to this like segment here where you can possibly get boosted. And it looks like there's an yeah, there's a boost over here, and then down here there's like 3 different routes, like one that kind of like leads you down, and then top, Brumble, fuck just died. Henber 8 is like trying their hardest. Harry Smallwood trying. Oh, and I don't think they're gonna make it. Goodbye and goodbye. Wow, record time. Congrats, Clacky AF. Alright, Clacky AF. You don't get anything until you actually claim a prize. So first of all, please let me know if you would like to claim. Oh, I see. Exclamation claim. Do you know what you were claiming, Clacky AF? Clacky AF, if you are in here, you need to mention, just mention, what did you claim? Do you know what you entered for? Red with Douglas Morandi white backplate. Wow, look at that, so detailed. Alright, Clacky AF, I will send you a link shortly. Please fill that out when you receive it. I will DM you through Twitch. So check your Twitch whispers. Give me a second and congrats. Alright, please fill that out and congrats. Okay, so we'll do another giveaway some other time, but I decided to do just this one today. And congrats on the Zoom 75. Let's see here. So we got a bunch of stuff. Oops. Press a bunch of random buttons. My first 75? Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. So we got like some extra stabs here. I see like gaskets and foam and all sorts of goodness. So you can mess around with it. There's a knob too, so all sorts of good stuff here. But it's already built, so you can just pop in keycaps and start using it. Alright, let's put this into the case. At a Clacky boy, perfect for the name? Yeah, for sure. So in all tradition of giving away anything in my channel, I do like putting names. So I'm gonna mark this with a marker. Clacky AF. What day is it today? I guess I'll just mark yesterday's date, I guess. So it's 17 and congrats. Alright, that's it. I'll have to just get a box for it and send it out. Alright, I guess we'll wrap it up here. It was a good time, but let me see if there's anybody to raid, and we can shoot a raid over and wrap it up. But again, I want to send a big thanks to PlusKB and PlexKBD for sending out the Origami TKL, this gorgeous blue for Blue Alert. I'll certainly, when Blue Alert arrives, I'll certainly put Blue Alert on it and take some pictures and stuff. But until then, looks like I don't see any keyword folks actually. Oh, I see Miss Patty just doing some gaming. I don't think I see keyboard folks live at the moment. So maybe you can just rate Patty, right? Alright folks, anyway, thank you. I'll catch you guys on the next build. Some builds coming up. We have the Ola Mini from Win Studio coming up soon, and we have some climb builds. We have a Kaze, we have a Key Cult, we have a Lunar. We have a new board called the Hans Neo 80, Hans 80 rather, which was built by Alex once, I think, and I got a unit as well. I think in November we have the Tomac from the Syrian industry, and Cerberus from Canon Keys. We have a few other client bolts around then too. But I'll get going. But take care of you guys. Take care and have a good rest of your week and the weekend. I'll probably see you guys next week if I think I'll be busy this weekend. So catch you guys later, okay? Take it easy. Bye bye.